Welcome, Alliance Materials. This video is the first video in a series enabling you to edit and update your website as you guys see fit without very much effort. If it's anything too complicated, that's where Mantis support can come in and really help you guys out. But we wanted to be able to empower you guys to make any changes you wanted to your own website. After all, if you guys update it and keep it up to date, you're more likely to use it and be empowered that way. So first off, I would like to talk about the website as a whole. The website starts off as a bunch of layers, if you want to see it as that. The first of these layers is known as Flotsam. That is the WordPress's theme. That is what allows us to change the overall feel and design of the website. Secondly, will be how each individual page is laid out, and that is known as the UX Builder. This will enable you to change the formatting and pages one at a time. The second one will be Modula. That is the galleries layer. That's the layer that allows us to filter and is the first page of almost every page of our website. After that page, we have the meta slider. The meta slider is a slider or your photo bin that allows you to put all of your photos in one place and containerize them just for that gallery, making it much easier to just add photos later. We will talk about all of this further in a moment. I'm just trying to get you guys used to some terms here. First off, let's talk about Flotsam. Now, before we can do anything, this is the link that was provided in the email that this video is probably attached to. The URL will change in the future. This is just where the beta is located. So we are going to log in with the credentials provided. After we logged in, here is where we have seen the back end of our website. It may look slightly different depending on what version we are currently on, but it should mainly look like this. So on the left side here is all of our plugins. We want to focus right here at Flotsam, theme options, and then these are where all of our main design elements lie. For example, our header. If we want to look at logo, site, and identity, is always a great place to start. So as this loads, site and identity for Flotsam is where you would change your logo, for example, your logo position, the style of the logo. You can upload a light version of the logo and reference that later. You can rearrange where things are in the header here. You can take the menu off or add the menu back on or change it from a search icon to a search form as just a few. And you can see here that it updates it live. Now, it may look a little messed up until you set it to publish, but once you publish, it'll be live. So after you make any edits in almost all of these galleries we will be going over, you must publish it. So if you ever mess something up and think that this isn't how you want to do it or you don't want to save it, think of this as your save button. So if we don't want to save any of those changes, we can hit close and it will say the changes you have been made will be lost. That's perfectly fine by us. And those are your Flotsam settings. There are a ton of them. So you can go through here and look around if you want, change your global colors, your global typography, a couple of styles, individual pages you can look at, your backend editor for menus and widgets. Mainly you're gonna stick to just changing up your style here, your images, colors, and light boxes if you need to. So that's it for Flotsam. Now moving on to UX Builder. So here we will go to pages. We will look at all of our pages and here are all of our pages. Another way to do this that I commonly like to do is just visit the website. It's a much more easy way to look through it. So here's the first page. Let's go to specialty products and let's go to Big Green Egg. Let's see if Big Green Egg, yeah. So this is Big Green Egg's website. Let's say we want to change customer service and remove the link or change how the link works. You see that right there, how it's grayed out? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to edit page. You're not going to click on edit page. You're going to hover over it and click here on edit with UX. Now, UX Builder is this. it allows us to edit main design elements and parts of the website. For example, if you needed to change these words. So as you see, as we move our mouse around, we can see all kinds of the design elements and just edit them. So we want to change something in text. So we will click here in text. You can edit it here, or you can open the text editor for a much easier one. We can highlight customer service and remove the link. So if we did that, that is what it'll look like, removing the link to their customer service. And then we would hit OK, and that would be removed. But I hit cancel instead. Now that would not be done until you hit apply, and then after apply you also have to hit update. This is a quick little menu to look at all of the different elements. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that all websites look different depending on if you're on a desktop, a tablet, or mobile. So here, under the very first thing, we will look at a gap. A gap is designed to increase the space so that the website looks correctly. But this gap changes depending on the size of the website. So if we get it real small, the gap looks a little different. It doesn't look as good. It's pretty hard to tell with this big banner over here, but oh, there we go. It stayed. So the gap, we don't want it visible for mobile. So let's hide the gap for mobile. And then we can go back to desktop mode, and the gap is still there. Mobile mode, and the gap is gone. That is the main purposes of the UX Builder, is to change text and format. The next thing I would like to talk about is Modula. So Modula, we will discard these changes, close this, and we will go back to natural products. This is a gallery. All of this stuff here where we select a style is a gallery. So this is handled by Modula. So if you wanted to change the name, the SEO, or the images here, you would do that under Modula. So let's go look at Modula. We're going to go to Alliance Materials Dashboard. That is our main page that you see right after you log in. We will go down here and click on Modula and click on Galleries. So, for example, we want to edit, let's edit the sand and gravel gallery. So currently, here are all of our sands and gravel. This is a 2D organic representation of what the page will look like. So if we go to Alliance Material, visit site, we'll middle click that so we can not close this. I believe it's under specialty products, sand and gravel. It is not. Masonry products? Of course, sand and gravel. So here's what it looks like. Now you can see that these are not the same size as the one on the other side, but they are a representation of this size. So if you want your decomposing granite to be a smaller image, we would shrink this to like that. We would click update. And as we update that site, under sand and gravel, we would refresh our website. After everything, we have to refresh. And we will see that it changed its size to much smaller than the others. We can quickly drag that back out, update the site, and that will fix it. Now, there are other things you want to edit. For example, there is alternate text and title. Title will show up when you hover it based on the animations we have selected. Alternate text is something that is used mainly nowadays for SEO, which is search engine optimization. So when someone is on Google searching for something, they find it through alternate text, alt text. So you could put, Alliance, Gravel, DFW, Masonry Supply. So now when you go into Google, once it indexes your page, which it does once a week, it does it faster, but it usually takes about a week to update, they will find this website when searching that term based on a lot of other things as well. You don't want to fill this with too many non-specific keywords. So you want to put like the location, the product, the company, and then the subcategories. Something like that. And you can just click on next and that will show that. The title is what shows up as a pop-up when you mouse over it. For example, limestone, remix, reg sand, white sand, black mulch. That is known as the title. It currently, if you scroll past this, we can see that it is a custom grid, which means we can edit it. We set the gutter. This is the spacing between images. The thumbnail size, which is the overall size of the individual pictures. What will happen when you click on it, in this case, when we click on an image, it pops up a light box, it darkens the rest of the page and pops it up. You can show navigation on mobile. I highly recommend against it. Here are your filters. This allows you to filter by each subcategory. When you click on these images, you're able to select what it is. That way, when you go to filter this website, it shows only the ones you selected. That is the filter category. As well as lots of other graphics and images that you can toy and play with. But those are your main edits for Modula. Lastly, I would like to talk about MetaSlider Pro. MetaSlider Pro is where our end pictures reside. So if we look at natural products and we look at something like Austin, so this is chopped Austin, so we get the Austin chopped page, we will see all of this. These images are not available under the UX Builder. We have them built out under MetaSlider Pro. So if you go under here, you will see all of the subcategories. For example, the Austin chopped we are currently looking at. If you would like, you can add a slide, also a picture. You will select the picture from your desktop and upload it here, and it will automatically show up in here after you've clicked the Save button here. You can also change the look and feel of each individual slider based on the height and width, the film strip, which is this part located at the bottom, as well as the advanced settings, which commonly is slide delay is edited. If you think it's going too fast or too slow, you would edit the slide delay or the animation speed and the easing or the animation itself. You can also change it so that when you click it, it opens in a light box or it redirects to a picture box. But those are your main ways to edit photos and change things in MetaSlider Pro. I hope this video was informative and it helps you get the basics of editing down. We will get much more specific in the next few videos, but that's the gist of how to edit your website in this series. Hope you guys enjoy.